There are moments, rare, fragile moments, when your mind finally goes quiet. And just when you start to feel that peace, it breaks. Not because something happened outside, but because something inside you refused to stay silent. One thought, then another, then 30 more, and suddenly, you're not at peace anymore. You're trapped again. You sit there, maybe in your room, maybe in silence, but your mind doesn't match the environment. It's loud. Not the kind of loud you can hear, but the kind that presses against your chest. Thoughts don't come gently. They rush in, aggressively, like they've been waiting for the exact moment you let your guard down. What if you said something wrong? What if they secretly dislike you? What if something goes wrong tomorrow? What if you're not enough? And the worst part, you don't choose them. They just appear, uninvited, unfiltered, unfair. You try to push them away, but the more you fight, the stronger they become. It's like trying to silence a storm by shouting at the wind, and slowly, that one moment of peace you had disappears, replaced by tension, by doubt, by exhaustion. Your mind isn't just thinking, it's scanning, looking for problems, even when there are none. Because somewhere along the way, your brain learned something dangerous. Peace is temporary, but danger can happen anytime. So it stays alert, always. Even when you're safe, even when nothing is wrong, even when you're just sitting in silence. Especially then. Because silence gives space, and space invites thoughts. And those thoughts, they don't come to help. They come to question, to warn, to replay, to imagine. Your mind starts revisiting moments you wish you could forget, rewriting conversations, predicting outcomes that haven't even happened. And suddenly, you're not living in the present anymore. You're stuck between what already hurt you and what might hurt you next. This isn't because you're weak, and it's not because something is wrong with you. It's because your mind is trying, in its own way, to protect you. But it learned the wrong strategy. Instead of keeping you safe, it keeps you alert. Instead of giving you clarity, it gives you overload. Your brain confuses thinking with control. It believes that if it keeps analyzing, if it keeps predicting, if it keeps questioning, then maybe, just maybe, it can prevent pain. But there's a hidden cost, because in trying to avoid future problems, it destroys your present peace. And over time, this doesn't just affect your thoughts, it affects your life. You hesitate more. You overthink decisions that should be simple. You replay small interactions for hours, sometimes days. You start doubting yourself, even in things you used to feel certain about. And slowly, you begin to trust your thoughts less, but fear them more. It becomes exhausting, not physically, but mentally. A constant weight you carry that no one else can see. People might look at you and think you're fine, but inside, it feels like you're running without ever moving. And the worst part, sometimes, you don't even remember what silence feels like anymore. You start asking yourself questions you can't answer. Why can't I just be calm? Why does my mind do this? Why does peace feel so temporary? And eventually, another thought appears. What if this is just who I am? That thought is the heaviest one, because it turns something temporary into something permanent. But here's the truth your mind doesn't tell you. You are not your thoughts. You are the one noticing them. Those intrusive thoughts, they feel powerful because they arrive with urgency. They feel important because they don't ask for permission. But not everything that feels urgent is true, and not every thought deserves your attention. That moment of peace you felt earlier, it didn't disappear. It was interrupted. There's a difference, because something that disappears is gone, but something that's interrupted can return. You don't need to silence your mind completely. That's not realistic. And trying to force silence only creates more noise. But you can start noticing something different. The gap between you and your thoughts. The moment where a thought appears, and instead of chasing it, you just observe it. Not fighting, not agreeing, not reacting. Just noticing. And slowly, very slowly, that changes something. Not instantly, not dramatically, but enough. Enough to create space. And sometimes, space is all you need for peace to return. So the next time your mind overwhelms you, don't ask yourself, how do I stop this? Ask something quieter. What happens if I don't follow this thought? Because maybe, just maybe, peace isn't something you need to find. It's something that's already there, waiting for your mind to let it stay. Tell me something. When was the last time your mind was truly quiet? Even for a few seconds? Write it in the comments. And if this video made you feel understood, stay here. There are more things your mind has been trying to tell you that no one ever explained.